BO3 is everything to play for. Their tournament lives are on the line. Let's get into it as Zai Psychedelics out on top of that hill.
So Puppy's the one playing Sanking. That's interesting. And I assume AU's going to be the one playing the Oracle then. So we saw last game as well. I mean, Puppy was the one playing the initiating hero on the Shaker. So maybe they feel like because Puppy's, you know, the natural voice or the leader within the team, that he should be playing these heroes are the ones that initiate and go in first. Because maybe AU's a little bit quiet within himself. You know, he's not actually part of that team normally. So we'll see how time goes on.
We will indeed, as MSS and Universe and SVG all leading the charge forwards. They will come into contact with Puppy here, but they don't really have any stuns, or, well, they've got the board to slow him down, but there's no real kill threat. So, Rune, guys, there you go.
Zai's actually left the second Rune bot alone, though. I wonder if that lasts until 5 minutes without anybody realising.
That would be a first. That would be a first. I've seen a lot of Runes go late, but never not picked up. But it is being left for now, and surely someone should think about it, but we shall see. You are so far on his own in this bottom lane on the Gyrocopter. We have Resolution mid on the Arc Warden, of course, his one of his signatures, I'd say. Very, very good at that hero, very confident on the Arc Warden.
Yeah, Gyrocopter, one of the better heroes at dealing with Enigma in lane as well. If you can hunt and chase down those Eidolons, it kind of makes up for the lack of CS in the lane from the Enigma denying creeps.
Sigh of relief as Puppy does pick up that rune. Bit of a jump forward there as you are just doing some damage to Zai. Taking those Eidolons, of course. Very important to farm those up. A little bit of extra farm, and a fly cannon can tear through them pretty quickly.
I'm going to be interested to see how SVG does on this Beastmaster as well. We saw a support Beastmaster from VP, I think, in the group stages as well that we cast. Didn't really do a huge amount.
Yeah, no, I'm in agreement there, and it's going to be Sanking 5 on the other side, I think. Do you reckon Puppy's going to play the 4?
I think he'll still play the 5. He'll want to be putting the vision down and whatnot, but they'll probably give him more farm priority than normal, like last game on the Shaker too. And it's interesting that Nisha's playing this Terrorblade mid as well instead of the OD. Obviously wanting to put that OD up against the Underlord, like Bulldog said on the panel. Rip through that tanky hero with the Arcane Orb.
Puppy making his way towards the middle lane, but is scouted by that boar, so turns his way right back around again.
Yeah, Secret do a good job of playing Zai on these heroes that don't really need too much help in lane. Kind of allows Puppy and the other, AU in this game on the other support to kind of roam around the map more freely. Enigma doesn't really want any help in his lane. Would like just like that solo XP, just control the wave up.
And mid one, of course, on this safe lane OD. Universe. Kind of on his third CS, compared to the OD 7 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, this Underlord has such high base damage though compared to the OD, especially with the Quelling Blade that I assume he has. Not easy for the OD early on.
Yeah, let's see. Underlord, he's catching up a little bit now, just waves coming out of tower and such. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Puppy farming the enemy jungle.
Oh, the courier!
And the courier! Oh no, Puppy actually, man, it just walks through the sandstorm and he gets the right click off.
It did, but I think the neutral might have hit it first. So that it allowed Puppy to get the second one after, because obviously the neutrals lost aggro onto the Sanking because he went invisible. So they hit the courier instead.
That is...
What?
That's why I don't think Puppy got credited for the kill. I don't know, hard to say. Either way, they are now down a courier on the side of Foward Gaming. This is going to hurt Resolution a lot, because this is a hero which likes his Wraith Band. He likes to get that regen coming out to him when he needs it, and we know that Nisha's going to step up the pressure now that he knows that there's no courier available. Well, that's by SVG. Sees Puppy. Get the double balls going. The twins will chase down Puppy and just keep on slowing him.
It's really important when you play against Enigma that you try to get these pulls off. You know, sort out the lane equilibrium, try and pull it back towards your tower instead of to his. So Puppy trying to stop this pull from going on, but Beastmaster doing a lot more damage. Makes it very difficult.
Certainly does as he goes for the pulls here, but MSS just going to blast it with a wave. The old Underlord Kotl lane. This used to be a thing a while ago, didn't it?
Quite a while ago, yeah, and it still works in a similar way where you just keep his mana topped up. It's going to be okay to spam out that Firestorm.
Yeah, it allows him to not bother with the Soul Ring some of the time, but he might still want it anyway. Even can't rely entirely on the Kotl. It allows the Kotl to just illuminate spam as well. So
I imagine he'll probably want to build up towards the Greaves at some point anyway, so might even go mana boots.
Oh yeah, true. We do see that very often. Puppy playing with SVG does get the double damage rune. Of course, having to make his way back though, because he's fallen pretty low to the constant harass here. Try and farm these balls, be successful.
One of them died. Oh no.
Oh, one of them timed out, I think.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Nisha's doing really well in this mid lane though, up against the Arc Warden. He's actually sitting on 25 with 12 denies, up against the Arc Warden's 12 and 1.
Yeah, that's a thorough spanking. Illuminate does miss.
I mean, this is one of the best matchups for TB though, because the Flux doesn't really he doesn't really mind the Flux because he can just put the Illusion next to him. He can always just tank the Spark Wraith as well with the Illusion, so there's nothing really to be afraid of that this Arc Warden can offer.
Yeah, he counters him pretty damn well. I mean, we've also seen Naga, another Illusion hero, come up mid versus the Arc Warden, and again, just completely free lane. These Illusion heroes do very, very well versus that Arc Warden.
It's interesting they're kind of sharing the farm up towards top lane as well. Keeper of the Light actually has 15 CS already. I know a lot of those were the small camp, but even so.
That's actually EU taking the bounty rune away from Foward there, which means it's going to be 2-2 on the bounty runes. So everything equal, but Secret with a slight advantage right now and a big advantage in that middle lane, which is quite important, I think. Arc Warden needs to have a good game this game. He needs to get those Necro units, and he needs to be pushing down lanes and making space and forcing fights. I mean, do you reckon he's going for the Necro?
You would imagine so, but difficult to see at the moment.
Eidolon's just run out as well as you are. Can't finish them off with the flat cannon.
I also want to say, Terrorblaze just moved to the bottom jungle here as well. He was really low on mana, and we've talked about how important those illusions are against the Arc Warden. They just let Puppey have this Sanking mid now. He's going to get the XP for himself, get that early blink like we talked about before, and this just allows Nisha to go and farm the jungle. You know, spread resources a bit more.
Yeah, use the map efficiently. That's what Dota's all about, as Puppey takes a fair amount of harass for coming into this middle lane. SVG comes forwards as well. Trying to lend Resolution some hand, but the Metamorphosis from Anisha with these illusions going to clear up these creeps without any problem, and probably retreat back to the jungle.
Yeah, with that shrine that he just picked up, used on Nisha, allow him to get that mana back, so he's not afraid to come back to lane now.
Well, you are 32 and 8 compared to Zai, who's 16 and 15. So good start. Oh, big miss from Puppey there on the Burrow Strike, which does allow Yoar to get away.
Very unfortunate. It's really difficult to land those level 1 stuns on with the Burrow Strike, though. It's such a small cast range, especially against these quick heroes like the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, Gyrocopter, a speedy old boy in his helicopter machine.
Yeah, it isn't really fair, is it? He isn't a helicopter.
Like, yeah, I mean, by all logic, he should be faster than that, but, you know, we won't complain. Mid one now with the Tranquil Boots on the OD. We've seen this a lot. I believe they go Tranquil Boots into the Dragon Lance, basically, and that's all it takes to come online. Meanwhile, EU goes for the D-Ward here, but I think MSS might have spotted that out as he starts skirmishing up with the other support here in the river.
Yeah. Oh, I think as soon as that camp doesn't spawn, MSS is going to realise, but he might have thought that your Oracle was just leeching some of the XP as well. Could have been either.
Now that Resolution is level 6, it's a game of illusions in the middle lane.
Clones, dude, not illusions.
I know. You always tell me off for calling them illusions. What is the difference?
Clones is just, it's like a... I don't know, it's not an illusion, like it does 100% damage, doesn't it, on the clone, so it's just something just a little bit different. Gotta get your terminology right, you know? Puppey again, like, it's the same thing. Nisha just goes to farm the jungle, when especially now this meta is down. Puppey takes over the mid lane. Definitely have this all planned out. It's almost like they prepare for these games, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I have an inkling that they do. Not 100% on that though.
Quite a slow tempo game though. We're 8 minutes in and there hasn't been a kill already, so...
Yeah, compared to the last 2 games as well, this is quite surprising. Even with the Medusa Terrorblade game, there was still carnage across the map.
The thing is, they don't really have these like strong supports, like the rotating supports. It's only really Puppey on this Sanking that can offer anything, because Keeper of the Light quite static, Beastmaster until he gets that level 6 as well, not a huge amount of kill potential.
Yeah, so things will start off a bit slowly, and of course... I think the Primal Roar is when they can start to look for kills on the side of Foward, but until then,
oh, the CAU.
Very difficult. Being hunted down here a little bit. The Firestorm going to come down, but he is healing himself up a bit. There's the Astral going to help out, hold back. All the heroes of Foward coming in. SPG with the axes. It's not enough to kill Ayu though. Meanwhile, the cooldown, it's not going to catch Mid One though. Mid One's going to survive, and Ayu actually does die to MSS. He gets the Illuminate off and gets a kill. Mid One stunned up on the high ground, but he's going to be okay. Yeah,
there was just a Bourse load coming through there towards the end of that fight that caught the Oracle. Allowed MSS to catch up on that Keeper of the Light. Oh yeah, and they actually send the Underlord down now as well, because the UR TP top. Obviously, Underlord can deal with these Eidolons pretty well too.
Looking for Universe a little bit here. He's got the Eidolons, but will back himself away. Just the harass. I mean, as he said, no real kill potential. I was thinking maybe he might throw out the Black Hole, but it's an Underlord.
Yeah, Zai has the Black Hole, so again, there is kill threat down here. Underlord has to be careful, but without the double spawn of Eidolons being up, it's difficult to get the damage off. Look at that net worth, though, for Nisha on this Terrorblade.
He's looking scary. Maybe could be the one to lead Secret to victory. You think you know who's going to win the game? Of course, you can check out the sponsors. ESBet, 125% bonus on your first deposit. Details in the description below the stream. Resolution fighting up with Nisha in this middle lane. And now has a Necro as well. Immediately going to cast a Flux, but of course that illusion means it doesn't do a whole lot.
Might look for something down here. They're all lurking, coming in.
3 of them coming in. Malin and User even using the Fortify to keep the creeps alive, and the damage from mid one just seems to be more than enough to tear through Universe's defenses. He's dead in the trees, and Secret will find a kill in this bottom lane. 1-1 sets the scoreline at 10 minutes in. Meanwhile, top, that might change as EUs could be in trouble. He tries to purge himself, but it doesn't help as Yuar will run down the Oracle.
They do get the return kill, which is really good for Foward, but again, losing your Underlord in the bot lane means you're going to lose your tower as well. I always like seeing these teams play around the catapult timing as well. Trying to come to lanes, force kills, and then being able to get objectives afterwards.
It seems like both teams are, as Puppey tries to rotate in for the Burrow Strike onto Resolution. Doesn't quite pay off, but again. He's trying to use a Flux on Rezo and kill the illusion, which is doing a bit. It does feel underwhelming, but then again, what else can he actually do to harass Nisha in this middle lane?
Rezo does have the Necro 1 though now as well, so it's going to be able to farm up a lot faster than before.
Right. It doesn't really help versus the Terrorblade a whole lot though, does it?
Not massively, no, but it helps his farm speed. It's kind of like a small... Oh.
That's a Certainty's Eclipse used on Mr. Resolution here as he actually finds his kill. Mid one just rotates in and gets a kill on the mid laner.
Who expects the safe lane OD to be rotating from the off lane to the mid lane at minute 11?
Yeah, only mid one. Only mid one. As he picks up a very critical kill. Slowing down Resolution is a huge advantage for Team Secret this match.
Yuar has actually maxed out Flat Cannon as well, which is interesting. Obviously very good against the Enigma in lane, but without that max rocket barrage, your kill threat isn't really the same as it would be normally.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well, especially with the Beastmaster ultimate. You'd want to see those timings coming off where you can just go for the Raw, get them isolated, use that rocket barrage and get yourself a nice easy kill, but maybe make themselves a little bit weaker in terms of getting kills, but definitely faster in farming, which I guess is the aim of the game for this Gyrocopter.
I mean, it's 12 minutes in, and Nisha has 3 Wraithbands, Treads, a Yasha, and 1,200 gold.
He is way ahead on net worth already.
I mean, during the EU qualifiers, I think he died an average of less than 2 times overall per game, which is crazy. So you give this guy this kind of start, imagine what he's going to be able to do come to the mid to late game.
Comes off, and double Midas coming out at the exact same time for that would be the OD and the Enigma, so definitely looking for the late game Team Secret, but no surprises there.
I mean, they understand that they can work towards this late game here, as long as Rezo doesn't farm too quickly with this Necro, but...
I mean, a Terrorblade and 2 Midases.
Sure, why not?
I mean, surely Foward have to find a way to punish this.
They can, but like if you look at their lineup, they really struggle to kind of get in and force the initiation. They have this Beastmaster with the Raw, like the panel was saying as well. They have the Oracle to be able to counter that out completely. So it feels like they really need to try and lead with this Will-O-Wisp as well, and it's not easy to do. Good ward by SVG. They really know that this Terrorblade is going to want to be farming in this bot jungle somewhere.
Yeah, it's a good sign of things to come as well. It tells us that they are looking to be aggressive, which is exactly what they need to do. Mid one in this middle lane. No, they're not looking for him though. They're just heading back to their side of the map on the side of Foward. This little gank squad smoked up. Maybe they'll set up for Zai here if they can find it. The Raw comes out. He tries to go for the Midnight Pulse, maybe into the black hole here, but it gets cancelled by the rocket and down go Zai. Very hard, and actually SVG just gets picked up by IU on the backlines. Nice rotation in from the Oracle there.
Yeah, SVG tanking a lot of that Midnight Pulse damage before, so Oracle just turns up.
Burrow Strike out, they catch. Oh no, this is Yuar as well, and he just gets terminated by Nisha. Oh dear. That is bad for Team Foward. They cannot afford to be losing these heroes.
I love how Puppey is always looking for these +1s as well. Like, he gets a stun, just leaves the kill to his team and carries on hunting, always looking for the next kill.
It's never safe when Puppey's in the game.
Dire's structures are fortified.
One.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to see that TP in and move himself away, but it just feels like Foward Gaming is so scared of Secret at this stage, and that's not what you're after.
If you look at Foward's warding on the map at the moment as well, they have these 2 wards in the bottom jungle, like we mentioned before, and they also have the one in the dire top jungle too. Like, they really want to be making plays on the map with these wards, but they can't really get in there at the moment because Secret are just controlling the map so much.
Nisha just coming under tower here. I mean, 14 minutes in, he's just like, oh yeah, I'll go tank a tier 1 and take it down. Uses that Manta Star, which he's farmed up ridiculously fast, and will annihilate that tier 1 tower.
He's so farmed on Nisha, it's unbelievable.
Pretty scary stuff. The cooldown comes in onto nothing. And the Will-O-the-Wisp as well.
That's a long cooldown used for nothing.
Big question marks coming up for Foward Gaming right now as they whiff 2 ultimates. I mean, obviously the cooldown, very short, fine. Will-O-Wisp,
I think it's
maybe you don't want to throw that one down so liberally.
I think it's a 120-second cooldown on that level 1 Will-O-Wisp, so not having that available, like we talked before, they only have to worry about this Raw now, and they have ways to deal with that with the Oracle. Even the OD as well with the Imprison.
Arrow strike out onto the Beast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Just Puppy hanging around. This 5 Sand King. What's up? Well, I don't know. It kind of seems like the 5 Oracle. Ayu and Puppy have kind of been hanging around the bottom of the net worth together both games now on these second and third games.
I mean, Puppy's the one controlling the map and warding and everything, but he's going to be the one that's getting the farm priority in the lanes, like we saw. Don't really mind giving your Oracle not too much farm. He's quite happy to just play around with whatever he gets.
Puppy, Burrow Strike onto the high ground, finds SVG. Where's the follow-up? Well, it's coming in. Look at this combo. Doesn't quite work out, but SVG's going to die all the same. It didn't matter. They're just practicing it for later.
It's very difficult to get that to work. I think the banish is too long for it to ever happen, but worth a go, all the same.
Worth a try, yeah. What if they force? What if they're really far away? Forcible no then. Anyway, Black Hole coming out of the bottom lane as they take down this Underlord. Nisha gets in quick, and there is no escape for the universe.
Yeah, if anybody's questioning that decision for the Black Hole, don't, because it's really good just to use those Black Holes whenever you can. Just get a kill, put it on cooldown, and just go back to farming again, because Zion's doing well enough as it is anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game. There are games where you want to be looking for the bigger black holes. If you're looking to take the game in a quick pace, you know, in a nice fast game, you want to save for the pushes, have that threat available. But Secret aren't interested in that. There's, I could be in trouble here as Resolution turning around. SVG coming in as well. There's Enigma not looking too pretty as he is taken down. But no, the false promise comes in time. And now comes the Sanity's Clips, takes down Yuwa and MSS, and SVG gets taken up by mid one as well. And now the stun is out onto Resolution. The Burrow Strike, he's taken down. There is no more Arc Warden. There's no more anything for Foward Gaming as they all get taken out across the map. Secret looking dominant in the early game in this third match.
What an absolute play by Team Secret there. Zai TP's in, just tanks all the damage, and then AU says, don't worry, I've got you anyway. You won't lose anybody. And in that meantime, while Zai's tanking so much, Nisha's just finishing off MSS in the backline. They get UR as well with the OD. Everything's falling into Secret's laps at the moment.
Yep, Foward Gaming struggling, but they always have the Arc Warden, and there's bad heroes you can rely on, but at the same time, we've seen some remarkable stuff coming out from this hero.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, when the Terrorblade builds up this MKB, yeah, it's nice to keep your buildings alive on Arc Warden, but eventually you're going to have to win the game, and Terrorblade's just going to rip through that magnetic field.
Current gold. Currently have a OD sitting on 5k gold. Sweet.
Okay.
5k gold in the bank at 18 minutes into the game. That's a lot of unspent money.
I mean, he's got this Hex queued up, but I'd be very surprised if he didn't buy some kind of, like, mobility item.
I don't
know, though. I mean, the Hex was extremely aggressive. You can just get in and Hex the Gyro before he can get this BKB off. I mean, he doesn't even have it yet, but...
No. Oh, my... He's actually just going for it. I mean, the thing is, you have this Hex, but you still need to get into the fight to use the Hex. That's why you normally see, like, a Force or a Blink first.
Right. Wood smoked up, looking for something here. They might find Zai. The Hawk's going to give him away. SVG, though, doesn't want to overcommit to anything right now. They're being very, very cautious. And now the stun comes out onto low ground. Epicenter as well. MSS is in trouble. The Raw comes out onto the Sand King, but MSS cannot escape. And now mid one rips through SVG. Yuwa trying to get away, but what can he do? Mid one just does too much damage, and I think he is going to die to this Astral. Puppy, well, saved by the false promise from the illusions of the Arc Warden, but again, you know, a slight hesitation from Foward means Secret just clean up that team fight once again.
Again, Puppy, he's the one that commits, just goes in first. And it was the same as Zai last team fight. He's just standing behind him, just waiting patiently, saves the Sand King, gets out for free, and they pick up 3. 3 heroes for nothing.
Nice to have that friend who's always going to be there for you.
It seems like Team Secret is just skipping all the kind of bridge items here as well, as Terrablaze is going straight for a butterfly. Mid one has this Hex finished on the OD as well. Who cares about Wraith Bands and Bracers when you can just build these 6k items all at once?
Yep. I mean, Arc Warden has money, but money doesn't win you games, especially when it's not nearly as much as its OD or this Terrablaze is carrying. Well, they're going to need a lot to turn this game around.
Money definitely wins you games, but unfortunately, like you say, more money on the other side, it just makes it impossible.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, I mean, they still have potential for some big fights. They've got the Roar, they've got the cooldown, they've got a Gyrocopter who's going to have this BKB soon. Maybe they can look for something as mid one actually gets a solo kill on Yawar down at bottom. I
mean, that would have been such a surprise to Yawar that like Hex just comes out the fog.
Yeah, now Puppey gets the Burrow Strike forwards onto SVG, the Beastmaster in trouble. Gonna get rooted up as well, trying to get away, but there's no escape. Not in that direction anyway. MSS taking damage from Nisha as well. You know, oh, there's a tower here. Might as well start on that also. And this tier 2 is not looking too healthy.
Fantastic play by Nisha. This is what I mean, they're just starting to take over the map here. They can always go back for the Roche here if they want to as well. They've got so much damage. Black Hole available.
Blink Dagger now for the OD. Blink Hex. It's terrifying to be a member of Foward Gaming right now.
Yeah, they can push out waves with this, you know, the Necro Book on the Arc Warden. They've got the Keeper of the Light, they've got the Underlord, they even Beastmaster with axes and flat cannon, but how are they winning these fights at the moment? Secret's team fight advantages are amazing. Like, they have all this vision control on the Radiant side as well with the Beastmaster, but they just can't utilize it. Like, they can't win the fights with the vision that they're given.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of wins for Foward to find their way back into this. But, I mean, the comeback mechanic, you know, they're going to get a lot of gold if they manage to bring down mid one. Same with Nisha as well.
And I really like that UR's just going straight for this BKB now. They know how far behind they are. They need to try and just take fights however they can, and BKB obviously really good at that, especially up against all this magic damage from Secret too.
Yeah, and even with the Scythe of Vice, if the Gyrocopter gets his BKB off, then the Scythe of Vice means nothing. He can't use his attack modifier anymore, so the OD is not going to hit very hard onto the Gyro once he pops up BKB, but Terrorblade's still going to be an issue.
True, and at the same time, they still have to get onto this Oracle, though, in the fights, because you're not going to bring anybody down, as we've seen, if you can't kill this Oracle first.
Where is their Blink Initiation? Where is their backline killer? Oh, the Hex comes out again onto the Gyrocopter, but the Roar in response from SVG might buy Yawar the time to escape as the reflection comes out from Nisha. Illuminate going to rip through. SVG being chased down, but he's okay.
Look how aggressive Nisha is, though, on this Terrorblade. Just starts walking under the tower. Oh, he's not scared of anything at the moment.
No fear.
It feels like the best chance Foward have in this game now is that they need to try and play around this Will-O-Wisp more. We saw in the mid lane they just kind of wasted it before, but if you can get a good one off here, especially with Secret being greedy and not going for their own BKBs.
Burrow Strike out, they've found themselves a coddle, and MSS will bite the dust. More specifically the Sandstorm.
Alright, there's definitely no Will-O-Wisp coming soon.
No, I don't think you're right.
And Resolution's still going for this greedy build. Not necessarily so greedy, it feels like that's how you have to play the hero, but Necro 1 into Midas, into Maelstrom. They just need to split the map up as much as they can at this point. Just try and avoid these 5-on-5 fights.
Well, into the Roche pit for Secret. Oh, Burrow Strike comes out. SVG.
That's not the Roche pit.
Oh, dear me.
They get the Roche and they're just getting kills at the same time. Like, Foward can't come anywhere near this. You see, you are in the bot lane trying to push out this as much as he can, and they know that they've got this Roche, and they just start TPing to the side lanes now, pushing those out again.
Nisha with some. Meanwhile, Yawar goes down again to mid one. How many times is mid one going to take down this Gyrocopter?
Yeah, that's the Blink, Hex, Sanity's Eclipse.
Yep, hello.
How does Yawar tank that? Even if he has a BKB, he just gets initiated on straight away. And with the Hex, he can't even pop it.
No way. Yawar really getting his eggs poached this game.
Yeah, they're just grouping up towards the bot lane now. Going to try and take the next tower. Puppey has his Blink now as well on the Sand King, so he's been finding these initiations without it. Imagine what he's going to be able to do now.
Well, he has the, yeah, I mean, as if they needed more initiation, right? Blink, Hex, Blink with the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike. It's a lot for Foward to deal with.
Dai has a Blink on Enigma. There's just so much reach and jump from Secret at the moment.
I mean, that said, you know, Blink
Is
It
that a
doesn't tank you up
Scardy?
or anything. I don't think so.
Oh,
Scardy
Lordy.
Phoenicia. Yeah, that's going to be the full thing. Deary me. 18k gold advantage now for Team Secret. 3 kills only on the map for Forward. I mean, the Arc Warden, he's got some money, but, you know, Arc Wardens, they got to be ahead.
You can play from ahead, like, but you farm so fast anyway. The problem is, he doesn't really have too many places to farm at the moment on the Arc Warden. He's
Right.
trying to shove the lanes up with the Necrobook, but you see, he's just stuck in base at the moment. There's not really anywhere Forward can go. They're all just huddled up, really not wanting to give any more kills away. But eventually, you're just going to get starved out if you play like this.
So, you're the captain of Forward. What do you do to keep your team happy?
I think you smoke, run
Okay.
down mid, try and make something happen here.
Smoker in-game?
Yeah. There's these 2 BKBs coming out on the dire side as well now. Jeez.
RP blinks up to the high ground, go for the, get the rune, okay, just get the rune. Now Wilbur's going to drag back the Sand King. They're still trying to go for this kill, they really want it, but the false promise comes out. They can't even kill Puppy, and now mid one pops that BKB, Hex is up, Yawar going for this fight, but the Raw does come out onto the OD, going to hold him back for now. FBG could be the one in trouble, he is just going to pop, and Forward, well, they're looking to get away. Mid one quite aggressively placed here. Zai comes in. He's got the black hole available. Gonna land it onto 2. Mid one here to follow up with damage resolution, trying to do something. Cannot manage to take anybody down. Universe getting beaten by mid one, and down goes Universe as well. Resolution is dead, and blink forwards. Hex up. MSS. He's a pig, and make that bacon as he's dead as well. Yawar TP bottom for the bounty runes. I mean, what else can you do really in this situation?
Please, I just want to farm my BKB.
Always wanted, and they call GG. That's it.
What a dominant performance from Secret. I mean, that's so crazy to think we had such a competitive game too between these two sides. Went on for so long, then all of a sudden Secret just turn up and they are ready. They show us what they are really capable of.
Yep, and Resolution does leave early, which I think called the pause there, but no issue as, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have thought game 1 and 2 looked the way they did if you'd seen this, if this was the first game.
Yeah, definitely. The panel were talking about it. I mean, again, I feel like if you'd have gone for this rocket barrage build instead of the flat cannon build, maybe they could have had some more tempo on the map. But again, with these 2 greedy kind of cores, with the max flat cannon and Rezo wanting to AFK farm as well, it's so difficult for Forward to make plays across the map. And even when they try, Secret are just reading them perfectly.
Yeah, and you know, Forward Gaming, they don't look completely defeated. I mean, they're going to be super disappointed about how they performed previously. I think today they can hold their heads a little bit higher though, because Secret, obviously, they're a fantastic team. Despite playing without their usual 4 position, they are still a top tier team, and Forward, they put up a really good fight today.
Yeah, but I think especially with how competitive that game 2 was, they're going to be really disappointed that they go out in game 3 with that kind of performance. You know, they really would have liked to have put up a fight on the main stage, shown everybody what they're about, but unfortunately they couldn't make it, and they're going to go out in that 5th, 6th position.
Yeah, Coach Jack going to need to have some words perhaps, but you know, there's always next time. But it does mean that Secret go forward. They're going to make it through into the next place. So yeah, I mean, what are you expecting from them? They've got to face off versus VP or LGD, depending on the next series.
Yeah, I think everybody expects big things from Secret, though, don't they? You know, they came second at the major. Yes, they've got a stand-in, and Yapsol's a big player for them, but they've still got 4 very other good players, and it's not like AU's anything bad, is he? I just found it really interesting how they used Puppy on the Sand King instead of AU, even though it's one of AU's favourite heroes. Like that leadership in Puppy, it felt like he really wanted to lead the team, and you could see it that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, game number 1, Forward win. Game number 2, a nail-biting 55-minute game. And game number 3, unfortunately, Forward do just get their popcorn salted. Handing it back to Shiva and the rest of the panel to look into this.
Thank you very much indeed. That was a quick one, a dominated performance by Team Secret, who now eliminate Forward Gaming. What's up?
Nothing's up.
You
All's
were
good.
pointing towards the door.
Yeah, the door like
It's open.
It's open. Like we want to invite people in. Like we want to share